Hey there, fellow adventurers. Welcome to my channel. Today, I've got some spine-chilling tales to share with you all, featuring camping horror stories that give me goosebumps just thinking about them. So grab your snacks, settle in, and prepare yourself for a terrifying time. As the night settled over the forest like a heavy blanket, my friends and I gathered around the crackling campfire, seeking solace in its flickering light amidst the encroaching darkness. Despite our attempts at light-hearted conversation, an unspoken tension hung in the air, the shadows seeming to press in on us from all sides. We laughed and joked, trying to push aside the gnawing sense of unease that twisted in our guts, but with every passing moment, the feeling only grew stronger. The wind whispered through the trees, sending shivers down our spines, and the distant howl of a lone wolf sent a chill racing down my spine. As the fire dwindled to embers, and my friends retreated to their tents, I lingered by the dying flames, casting wary glances into the darkness beyond. A part of me longed to join them, to seek refuge from the unknown that lurked in the shadows, but another part was drawn to the mysteries that lay hidden in the night. But then, just as I was about to retire to my tent, a low growl echoed through the forest, freezing me in my tracks. My blood turned to ice as I strained to listen, the hairs on the back of my neck standing on end. It sounded close, too close, and every instinct screamed at me to run, to flee into the safety of... But before I could move, a pair of glowing eyes appeared in the darkness, their malevolent gaze fixed upon me with unwavering intensity. My heart hammered in my chest as I stumbled backwards, my mind reeling with terror. It was no ordinary creature that lurked in the shadows. It was something far more sinister, something ancient and primal that defied explanation. With a primal roar, the creature lunged forward, its massive form silhouetted against the darkness as it bore down upon me with terrifying speed. I scrambled to my feet, my pulse racing as adrenaline surged through my veins, and I fled into the night, the creature's roars echoing in my ears like a death knell. For hours, or perhaps days, I ran blindly through the forest, the creature hot on my heels, its breath hot and fetid against the back of my neck. Every branch that brushed against my skin sent a jolt of terror racing through my veins, and every rustle of leaves seemed to herald my doom. But even as exhaustion threatened to consume me, I pressed on, driven by a primal instinct to survive. And then, just when I thought I could run no further, I stumbled upon a clearing bathed in moonlight, its ethereal glow offering a glimmer of hope in the heart of the darkness. With one final burst of energy, I emerged from the forest, battered and bruised but alive. And though the creature may have been vanquished, its haunting presence will forever linger in the depths of my nightmares. So to all you brave souls who dare to venture into the depths of the forest, heed my warning. Beware the silent whispers of the woods, for you never know what horrors they may conceal. And may your campfires burn bright against the encroaching darkness, casting their light into the shadows and keeping the creatures of the night at bay. Do you dare to brave the unknown? To face the creatures that stalk the shadows and the spirits that haunt the depths of the woods? Or will you heed the warnings of those who have gone before you and turn back before it's too late? The morning sun filtered through the canopy of trees, casting dappled patterns of light on the forest floor as I embarked on my hiking adventure. The crisp air was filled with the sweet scent of pine, and the songs of birds echoed through the woods, creating a serene backdrop for my journey. With each step along the trail, my spirits soared, buoyed by the beauty of nature surrounding me. The trail wound its way through lush greenery, offering glimpses of babbling brooks and majestic waterfalls that tumbled down rocky cliffs. As the hours passed, I lost myself in the tranquility of the forest, reveling in the sense of peace and solitude that enveloped me like a warm embrace. The worries of the outside world faded into the background, replaced by a sense of wonder and awe at the natural wonders that surrounded me. But as the sun began to dip low on the horizon and the shadows lengthened, a sense of unease crept over me. casting a pall over the idyllic scene. The once cheerful chirping of birds fell silent, and an eerie stillness settled over the forest, broken only by the rustle of leaves in the gentle breeze. I brushed off the feeling as mere nerves, chalking it up to the encroaching darkness and the unfamiliarity of my surroundings. But as I continued along the trail, the sense of unease only grew stronger, like a dark cloud looming on the horizon. With a nervous laugh, I quickened my pace, eager to reach my campsite before nightfall. But as the darkness deepened and the trail grew harder to discern, a feeling of being watched settled over me, sending a chill racing down my spine. I glanced nervously over my shoulder, half expecting to see some unseen presence lurking in the shadows, but there was nothing. Only the empty expanse of the forest stretching out behind me. I shook my head, trying to shake off the feeling of dread that threatened to consume me, but it clung to me like a shadow, refusing to be cast aside. As I trudged deeper into the forest, the sense of being watched only grew stronger, until it felt as though a pair of unseen eyes were boring into me from every direction. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig sent a jolt of fear racing through my veins, and the once familiar trail seemed to twist and contort before my eyes, leading me deeper into the heart of darkness. And then, just when I thought I couldn't take another moment of the relentless pursuit, I stumbled upon my campsite, my tent standing as a solitary beacon of safety amidst the encroaching darkness. With a sigh of relief, I collapsed onto the ground, my heart still racing with adrenaline. But even as I lay there, surrounded by the relative safety of my tent, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was still out there, lurking just beyond the reach of the light. And then, as if to confirm my worst fears, I heard it, a soft rustling outside, followed by the unmistakable sound of heavy footsteps pacing back and forth. My blood ran cold as I listened, my mind racing with terror. Whatever was out there was no mere figment of my imagination. It was real, and it was closing in on me with each passing moment. I huddled in the darkness, my breath coming in ragged gasps as the creature outside continued its relentless pacing. Every footstep sent a jolt of fear racing through my veins, and I prayed silently for morning to come and banish the darkness once and for all. But as the night dragged on, the creature's footsteps grew louder and more frenzied, its presence looming closer with each passing moment. I clung to the thin fabric of my tent, my heart pounding in my chest as I waited for the inevitable moment when the creature would reveal itself. And then, just as I thought I couldn't bear another moment of the relentless terror, the footsteps suddenly ceased, replaced by an eerie silence that seemed to stretch on endlessly. I lay frozen in my tent, my senses on high alert, waiting for the creature to make its move, but nothing came. The night passed in agonizing silence, and when morning finally dawned, the creature was gone, leaving behind only the lingering echo of its terrifying presence. As I emerged from my tent, shaken but alive, I couldn't shake the feeling that I had come face to face with something ancient and primal, something that defied explanation. And though I may never know the true nature of the creature that stalked me through the darkness, its haunting presence will forever linger in the depths of my nightmares, a chilling reminder of the terrors that lurk in the shadows of the wilderness. Dive into the depths of terror with our spine-chilling stories. Subscribe to our YouTube channel now for weekly doses of fear-inducing tales that will leave you checking under your bed. Don't miss out on the thrill. Hit that like button and subscribe to join our community. Let's explore the darkness together. If you dare.